So today, from a collector's perspective, I want to talk about the user menu in card games, and I guess I'll just show it. For Flesh and Blood, I use D-ring binder and quad folio, and it's actually a lot simpler than you think. Basically, if you don't look, this is my sideboard here that I flip right over to cover that single page for equipment. But if you don't use that, obviously I have really expensive cards that I just put on slabs, put in here. But Flesh and Blood has the helm, armor, and boots here. They have a mentor, and then of course you have your hero and your 2 weapon slots, and your token. And I put my young hero and then my full art here. It's really great because you still have your play board here, and most people nowadays, like everyone has a quad. Even though they're expensive, people would rather wait a few weeks for Amazon or whatever to deliver them their quad binders. And quad binders are pretty much the essential playmat substitute. It also lets you display your characters. As you can see, I have it for like every single character in Flesh and Blood. Instead of flipping through a deck and setting up, I have them already on pages, just ready to go. There's my merchant hero. And then we have my D-ring binders that continues to act as a sideboard that I can flip through. This is for something I can use like either ready to go and play or just to stage myself before I play. So that's the gist of it pretty much. Every single page I can turn like that. And then to fold it, I just put it back on. Kano doesn't have any. I don't think, no. It was just, yeah, it was just Prism. Now, for Legion's Realms at War, it goes through a similar phase where we have our hero, and I can place my alt art here. The Veil and Realm. I'm going to get the Frontiers version, but also same concept where we have some are double-sided to flip over, so unclear sleeves, and then we have our synergies, which I know there's more than one. So just like Flesh and Blood, we could either get a second binder to flip over it, or have like matte black sleeves, just flip it over if it's not in use. And of course, this is just for me. I just like having the deck sleeves to remind me which deck to pull out. But for something more full, this is also just for staging because this would actually go into play. So it's using the proper sleeves, and everything's double sleeve if it has an art sleeve. But for an example, if I want to play Outer Rim, I would use that and fold up the Warlords or War-Torn Wastelands. So obviously I'll just put that, slide it in, and we're done. Or the other way around. I really like how we have the inclusion of Guardians. And of course, the playable cards. I can either just not play it or just take it out. But for display, which is really important for collectors, we like to have things like ready to go and on display. That's why my previous binders, as you can see here, it had everything sleeved up and ready to go for a deck. My Undead. And my Titans. I think my Titans are the most complete. And obviously, these non-color ones, they're ready to go in any deck. I just leave it in black. I may even just like go all black sleeve for all my decks so we can interchange the non-color ones easily and just fill the binder with just the one sleeve, sort of like a pseudo mat, if that makes sense. Dwarves, I don't really have much. Oh yeah, so I did pull a second Black Dragon Regremand from the booster pack in the starter deck. I was so happy with that. I love that. That you did so right. But yeah, this is my plan, my kind of thinking, displaying what people can do with the quad binders. It's Axis Pseudomat. I don't have any Legion's mats, but when I saw the mat design, I was like, dude, that's so good. You have your fortifies as traps, you have your unified as spells, and then you have your warriors. Simple. And you have your realms that can pierce, and you have your warlords and synergies. So coming from outside in as a new player and collector, it's really good we have this option to just display our stuff. Like I don't want to just always have to bring out my boxes of cards. I want to have like something that's preset, and Legions is really advanced and it has that similarity. And I'm glad that it taken the good that Flesh and Blood has with some cards that we can just put on display or have ready. Even though lots of people in Flesh and Blood, I think would even consider the user menu. That's what I call this. In board games, we call this the player board. But for us, it's just the mat. But if we can have a preset, it saves time and it just looks good on display. Or after a game, we'll just put our cards back in so we can see it. In mobile games, you always see your characters, like Fate Grand Order. Like after you play whatever your preset is done, you just go back to your menu and you look at your characters. Well, for card games, it's kind of hard. You have to sort out all your cards, for two of this, three of this, all over the place. Whereas with a binder, it's your menu. Just slot it in. No one else has to see it but you. And you can even make a deck tech video with it, and it'll look nice. It's organized, flushed out. So next time Amazon has a sale on any more quads, I'm gonna buy a few more, both as a storage and just as a player board. I'm not saying the mats aren't useful. I love using mats. Sometimes you're on the fly, you want to go, you set a mat down and be done. But for a more organized staging area, or for just with the versatility to just play it, I love having quads. And of course, you can color code it to your heroes or not. The possibilities are just endless. Anyways, that's my little collector's spiel. And hopefully I'll be able to meet some of the store owners today. I haven't shown them the starter decks because, well, the art's not really there. I just want to show them the shiny cards and the collection and all that. And obviously advertise the Kickstarter that's been fully funded. Well, and that's it. I got to go back to saying this is my study break, and thanks for watching.